Developers aren't unveiling their plans for the Dayton YMCA yet, but city fathers who've seen the $50,000 feasibility study are impressed. The City Commission authorized the study this summer. They wanted to find out if development of the Y building is critical to development of 6 acres of riverfront land next door. The Y would be redone by McCormick Barron Company. They've done such redevelopment before. The townhouses and apartments on the nearby vacant land would be handled by James Kittle. Well, things keep getting smelly around Bear Creek, and New Lebanon says it's not to blame. Last summer, Attorney 2 looked into charges that the city was dumping raw sewage into the creek, and since then there have been periodic reoccurrences. But Terry Caldwell found out that the city says there's got to be another cause.
The complaints came in again this past weekend. A resident who lives downstream charged that this sludge was coming from New Lebanon's sewage treatment plant. He said it was hurting wildlife and the village should be held responsible.
New Lebanon officials say that if there are any problems downstream, they don't think that the village is responsible. They say the proof's in the outflow from their sewage treatment plant here. They say it meets all EPA standards.
The water flowing out of the pipe today looks clear. There are no visible signs of pollution.
To my knowledge, the plant's operating as it's designed, and we're within the EPA regulations of discharge, so I don't see where there's a problem.
So what is the black stuff that's showing up downstream? Well, one theory is that it's a result of stagnation that builds up over months and is then stirred up even with a light rainfall.
We've had no rain at all to keep everything moving down the creek, and it just kind of lays there and gets stagnant, like it's just not moving water.
New Lebanon is spending $2.5 million to rebuild its treatment plant, but officials say that's intended to double its capacity and meet future EPA standards, not because of any current problems. So the exact source of the latest pollution in Bear Creek has not been pinpointed. And unless it traces back to them, New Lebanon officials believe it's unfair to automatically blame the village every time a problem comes up. In New Lebanon, I'm Terry Caldwell, TV2 News.
Elsewhere, one-time Middletown Police Chief Russell Dwyer won't be getting his job back, at least not compliments of the courts. The Butler County Common Pleas Court judge today dismissed Dwyer's lawsuit aimed at overturning his July 2nd resignation. Dwyer had agreed to resign last July in exchange for the dropping of misconduct in office charges. Dwyer had claimed city and county officials violated his resignation agreement, so he should be reinstated. The judge disagreed. Baseball's over, football is underway. That means it's time to look at basketball. And that's just what Omar will do next on Sports. Stay with us. That long baseball season is finally over.
Finally. I'm still going to talk about it, though, if you don't mind.
Do it.
All right, Lewis. They hooped and hollered last night in Minneapolis, and tomorrow they will go at it again. A gigantic parade is scheduled to honor the world champs, the Minnesota Twins. 2 NFL games tonight. You saw a good one here on 2. The Cleveland Browns playing tough all over the Los Angeles Rams. The final was 30-17. And in Minnesota, the Vikings, like the Twins, winning big. They beat Denver in a good one, 34-27. The tournament soccer score tonight, the girls, Northmont embarrassed Tip City 13-0. And that's soccer, 13-0. Lewis?
13-0 in soccer?
Yes. Kick the extra point.
Okay. All right, we'll be back to wrap things up and take a look at tomorrow right after this. Stay with us.
On the next Oprah Winfrey Show, wedding and honeymoon disasters.
And finally tonight, the latest pet craze from where else? California. The in pet in Costa Mesa these days is a miniature pot-bellied pig. Now, the little porkers grow to only about 100 pounds when mature and are reported to be loving pets. The breeds come originally from Sweden and cost about $1,500 each. Wow. That's housebroken, of course, and there are only a few in this country so far, but breeders hope this new house pet catches on. And Carl's got 12 of them.
11.
11? Okay,
exact, yeah. The morning drive conditions for us. There is some shower activity around right now, and still will be some showers early in the morning. Skies will be cloudy, 7 a.m. temperature, about 45. Omar?
Carl, Pee Wee football, it's alive and kicking. We'll show you where and how on our 5:30 sports. And the Twins get a hero's welcome from Minneapolis and St. Paul. Lewis?
Turning the page in the TV2 News calendar tomorrow, State Representative C.J. McClin will outline new legislation he'll be proposing to fight drug trafficking. Carl's Coats for Kids gets more help from trash collectors tomorrow along the Zingle, Platte, and North Village routes. And on TV2 News at 5:30, Dr. Red Duke continues his report on the elderly, talking with people in the primes of their lives. That's the late edition of TV2 News. Thanks for joining us. News continues tomorrow morning at 6:45 with updates. Then our first full report of news at noon. Join Jack Hicks and Donna Jordan at 5:36 and 11. Have a good night.